a sponsor for all this? Because I'm really not trying to come out of pocket for all this bullshit. Oh, we're live? Alright, America, it's time for episode number 4 of Monkey Business with Hamid Yaz, the hottest news show on the internet and also the newest news show on the internet, bringing you the business headlines of the world, but with the more comedic type of delivery, we'll say. No script, no teleprompter, so let's get it knocked out. And by the way, since you're watching this, quit being a damn hater and like and subscribe and share it on Facebook, whatever you gotta do. Show some support for the hustle, you know? I mean, we're all trying to get something going, so show a little support is what I'm trying to say. Now, it's obviously the last episode of the year, and 2020 has been a crazy year to begin with. This one will definitely go down in the history books, or obviously there won't be any history books by the time it's ready to go in the history books, because it's all outdated information that these schools are pushing on these kids anyway. So let's go back to something other than the educational industrial complex that a lot of people can complain about and protest about at their local city council meeting. Let's talk about what's going on right now. Obviously, everything is in limbo with this. The business of the government, we'll say. Whether it's a $600 check or a $2,000 check, nobody really knows. They're rewriting these bills. They're just kind of dangling us around. And we wish we could all get a $2,000 check. That'd be nice. Some people need it more than others. We totally understand that. But a lot of people have already started spending their $2,000 on Sony's hottest item. Actually, one of the hottest consumer packaged good, retail item of the year has been the Sony PlayStation 5. Okay, this has been going for, keep in mind, up to $2,000 online on eBay. $2,000. Think about this. Some people haven't even got their $2,000 check, and they're spending $2,000 putting it on their credit card with 22.9% interest, thinking they're going to get it paid right back. Sorry for having your hopes up, but it might not happen. Could you imagine spending $2,000 on a video game console while you're either unemployed or you need to make more money because you're getting kicked out? Oh, wait, you can't even get kicked out because don't they got the what are they called? Memortium? I don't even know the term where they can't kick you out. But that's something that Sony was really pushing, obviously socially. I think it was even hotter than the Popeye's chicken sandwich. People robbing each other, breaking into houses for this damn PlayStation 5. So it's a really hot item to go out with a bang in 2020. And another thing, speaking of items that are, or products, we'll say, that are made in a foreign country for pennies on the dollar and then brought to the United States and inflated, Tesla has just announced that it is opening up a factory in India. That's right, Mumbai, or wherever they end up going to. And that's a really interesting one also because, yeah, of course, they're going to get paid, super low rate, market rate, or however you classify that. What is a proper wage for India? And then they're going to come over here and sell it for 75 to 100 grand for a Tesla. And by the way, for a lot of people, I want y'all to understand what is the difference, because I'm Persian, okay? And unfortunately, a lot of people confuse Persians with Indians, okay? They're two different people. No, hold on. Maybe back in the day, many years ago, the Persian Empire, there was something where like the Persians and the Indians were hanging out and they kind of migrated away or migrated towards whatever. But let's get it on the screen. So, just kind of, I don't want to say traditional, but let's just say this right here is an Indian man. And this right here is a Persian man. Okay, now there's very many differences in language. Persians, Punjabis, Iranians, Indians. We don't want to get into very ethnical and very detailed on the differences. But let me break it down to you like this. And by the way, I live in Texas, and depending on where you go in Texas, they think that they're all the same, which is obviously not true. So, if you ever come across somebody, and you are not sure if it is a Persian man or woman, or an Indian man or woman, this is one of the actually two distinct ways you can tell. Typically, Indian folk, they have a darker skin tone, okay? a darker skin tone, almost like a red. It's actually a very beautiful kind of tone. It's a mixture, a very beautiful tone. Persians are either check this out, very, very white, or they, Aryans, by the way, look up, for those that don't know the history of the Aryans and the Persian, and they, Persians actually are Aryans. Look that up. That'll blow your mind too. And they speak totally different, okay? A Persian talk like this. He talk very slow. Maybe he use his hands a lot. He said, let's go to the McDonald's. And that's how they talk. That's how Persian, when they're speaking English, by the way, obviously, when they're speaking English, that's how they talk. They talk it like this. And they want to tell you, let me tell you a story. Come here, my friend. My friend, come here. I give you a good deal. Like when you're at the mall and they're bugging you to sell you some bullshit lotion that they probably got from India. Okay. Now, Indians, okay, they're very distinct. Now, a cool fact, I have a buddy who owns multiple gas stations here in Austin, Texas. And I didn't know this, but in India, I think they got like 35 different native languages or something. It's very interesting. They tried breaking it down for me, but it was too mind-boggling and confusing. I lost track. But they said there's so many different languages of Indian or Punjab, whatever. I forget the subcategories, but very interesting. But Indian, typically, their accent sounds like this. Let's say you go to, let's just say the mall. Let's say, for example, you're at a kiosk at the mall, and you don't know if it's a Persian man or an Indian man selling you something. Let's say it's lotion. The Persian man will typically sound like this. Hello, my friend, come here. I want to tell you. Look, let me start again. By the way, this show's all freestyle. There's no script, no nothing. So we're just kind of we're running this bitch as we go. Persian man would tell a woman like this. Hello, you look so beautiful. Come over here. Let me put a lotion on your body. Oh my God, did Allah send you such a beautiful woman? Beautiful skin. Look, oh my God. You need my lotion so very badly. So that's the Persian accent. The Indian accent is obviously a little bit more like this. Come here, sexy lady. I love the beautiful skin that you have. What I want to do is I want to apply you this skin, but for you, I give you a good deal. The price tag is $19.99, but I will give it to you for $9.99. Just for you, $9.99, because you are such a beautiful woman. That is what an Indian accent sounds like, okay? So don't get it confused. Now, unfortunately, there are a lot of people in this country that get it confused. And speaking of people from foreign descents and Middle Eastern type in that area of the world, let's get into the Proud Boys. Check this out. Talk about the hotel business. This is a branding in business. Hotel Harrington in Washington, D.C. Okay, this is a wild one for y'all. Has canceled every single reservation from January 4th through January 6th in Washington, D.C., because that's where the Proud Boys, the America's newest racist squad, or as they call themselves, an America First. I guess that's how you classify yourself as racist nowadays. America First. That's where they hang out. I forget the name of it, but there's a specific bar, like they all gather when they're in D.C. having their, I don't want to say clan rounds, because here's the thing. People say that they're racist. I don't really know. I'm not, really prying into them. But if something happens at a black church in a city and they're burning things outside of a black church, that is an organization that I personally want to stay away from. So either way, in the hotel business, Hotel Harrington said that they are canceled, or they already have, they've canceled every single reservation for anybody that booked January 4th through January 6th. So the Proud Boys have taken to their their pages and their review page and left all these horrible comments, and you guys don't stand for America, and you guys are racist, and you're not giving us our constitutional rights, and blah, 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 blah. All right, so obviously it's total mayhem. But here's a kicker. Trump Tower, in D.C. has unlocked, keep in mind, they locked rooms for Inauguration Day prior, because it was supposed to be all of Trump's folks and this and that were going to come and get rooms for his, to basically party with Trump and such at the Trump Tower. Those dates have now been unlocked. As of this past week, they unlocked those rooms. So now it's kind of like saying like, hey, look, we know shit ain't going to go down. Let's just go ahead and just unlock it. Let anybody come over here that wants to. So that's, I think, January 16th through like 21st. They've unlocked those dates. However, it's going for like $800 to $2,000 per night per room. Can you imagine that? So the Proud Boys, and by the way, the reason why it was January 4th through January 6th, I think that is like the behind the scenes official day where the Electoral College says this is officially the new president-elect, which obviously is Joe Biden, and unfortunately, or depending on the way you look at it, President Trump is still trying to fight it, the voter fraud and the business of the election and Dominion voting machines were rigged and all this and that. So, Proud Boys, if you want to really go cause some mayhem or really stand up for your country and such, feel free to go and pay $800 to $2,000 a night when Joe Biden is brought into or inauguration day on January 20th, 21st, whatever it is. And while we're talking also about racist, another racist American, ex-CEO of Papa John's Pizza, hold on. Steve Ritchie was not the founder. John, whatever his name is, was a racist dude. Steve Ritchie is the other guy, the ex-CEO. So he obviously had a what they call it, the boardroom battle with John, and then he parted, got a nice little severance package. They still got him on as a consultant, by the way. I didn't know that. He's Steve Ritchie, ex-CEO, been with Papa John's for 2 decades, I think. I think he started like as a regular hourly employee, moved his way up to become the CEO, which is a very fascinating story within itself. I respect anybody that has been able to do that. That's fantastic. Well, he apparently saw an opening with, I believe it's called Luvino. Luvino is a wine restaurant kind of concept for obviously the restaurant industry. So he started a restaurant group, bought Luvino, and it merges, fine wines and such and restaurant eating. Now, I want you to think about this. Obviously, the restaurant business right now is up in the air. Everything is upside down. So I'm hoping he got it for pennies on the dollar, got it super cheap, and is able to hit some licks and really get it at a low-cost price. Now, the interesting thing is, a wine bar, this guy is freaking genius. Think of it like this. If you're a wine drinker, you want wine to age. The wine has already been freaking sitting in their cellar or their whatever you call the place where the wine sits for about a year, because restaurants have been open, close, open, close, open, close. And depending on what city you live in, I don't think they're delivering wine. So you already got an extra year of wine just sitting. So now by the time they actually go to where you can, fully sit down and enjoy your meal, it'll be another 2 or 3 years. So now you're looking at 4-year-old aged wine. That alone right there is a great, I don't want to say sales pitch, but that's your wow. Being aged an extra 4 years. That great move, Steve Ritchie. I applaud you for that. You're thinking ahead. And another thing that, by the way, you're going to have to wait on for probably 8 years now. But by that time, Kamala Harris will already have been. And by the way, speaking of business and political business, I think they're going to have Joe in there for about a year. They're going to boot him out somehow. Something's going to happen. Kamala Harris is going to take over, and she's going to be up in there for 8 years. I think that's what's going to happen. But Apple has announced that yes, it is working on an Apple car. However, because the world is upside down and there's obviously more detail to it, that Apple won't be releasing the car, for another 6, 7, 8 years. Now imagine first of all, imagine this, Apple is going to let's just say they put out a car. Let's just say it comes out next year. Isn't it funny how they're going to give you the base car, and then like the next year's model, they're going to take away this, and they're going to take away this, and they're going to take away this. But the irony about the whole thing, like most vehicles, I'm highly assuming that the Apple car, will be the first Apple product with Windows. That was a freestyle. I just came up with that one. That was actually pretty freaking funny if you ask me. So stay tuned for the Apple car. That's going to be something new. That's going to be something really cool. By the time the Apple car gets out, I don't even know. We'll probably have robots doing everything for us and scooting us around. We'll all own a Tesla anyway. We'll be flying. I have no clue. But that's your business headlines for the week. see what you can do about getting your $2,000, your $600. Nobody knows the future of what's going on with this, but enjoy life. Happy New Year. Pray to God that you get some money from the government. And just be nice to people. YouTube, Hamid Yaz, Monkey Business. Like, share, subscribe. And as Takashi would say, you know the vibes. Hey, whatever happened to that kid anyways? I don't know. Anyways, yeah. Enjoy the year. 2021.